There were some good performances and there were some bad performances this season for the Buffalo Bills. Who was best? Who was worst? Let's discuss. Welcome to Believers Talk. My name is Joe, and in this episode, we're going to talk about which Buffalo Bills player had the best 2018 season. Who do we like the best? Who did we look at and say, wow, glad we have that guy on our team? And who flat out disappointed? Who was the worst player for the Buffalo Bills? Now, obviously, you can argue some of the worst players might have been someone on the bench, didn't get to play that much. I'm going to look at the main guys, the guys who started most this season for the Buffalo Bills, and say who was the best, who was the worst. I'm going to look at offense, defense, special teams, and forget special teams. We know what special teams was. That's why our special teams coach got fired. But let's look at the offense and the defense. Who played the best? Now, obviously, you look at the quarterback position, right? First thing you want to look at is Josh Allen. How well did he play? Okay, you talk about the running game, you talk about the passing game. How good did he do? Now, he left off on a strong note, right? He beat the Miami Dolphins. We squished the fish. We whooped their butt, and that was fun. That was great, and he looked really good doing it. But that's not good enough to say he played the best. He wasn't consistent all season, guys. He wasn't consistent all season. I'm not saying that he's not going to be our franchise quarterback. I'm not saying that he is going to be our franchise quarterback. He might be. He might not be. That's not something for me to decide. And that's not something I'm ready to put a stamp on just yet either. I'm not ready to do that. Some of you are. Some of you are convinced Josh Allen's our guy. Listen, the will to win is there. I get it. I get it. The heart of a champion is there. I like it. He's a blue chip, blue collar type guy. Never given a chance in high school. Had one offer. It was to Wyoming in college. Went there. Proved he can do it. And now he's in the NFL. And still the same questions, right? Accuracy questions. Intelligence questions, whether he can be smart enough to take a sack or throw it out of bounds instead of trying to make a play every single time. And he's learning, I get that, but I'm not going to go there for the best performance of the season for Buffalo Bills. I'm not. You look at our other first round draft pick, Tremaine Edmonds. If you're ranking the top 10 performances of the season, Tremaine Edmonds would have to be up there. He would have to be above Josh Allen. Tremaine Edmonds continued to grow this season for the Buffalo Bills, right? Continue to grow. You can look at Shaq Lawson. Shaq Lawson impressed. You have to give him credit. He impressed. A lot of people weren't sure about Shaq Lawson. Some people thought he'd get cut before the season even began. But that didn't happen, and he caused a little havoc in there. Right? Jerry Hughes seemed to have a little bit of a resurgence. As far as his path, his trajectory goes. And so hopefully we continue to see that resurgence going in the next season, right? Trey White didn't disappoint in his sophomore season. Not even a little bit. He actually played really well. Didn't get the turnovers as he used to, or he did in his rookie season. He only had 2 interceptions this season. But he was still a force at the cornerback position. He had a couple bad games in there where Anderson of the Jets beat him pretty good, and then a couple other games. But he played well against DeAndre Hopkins. He played well against some of these other guys. T.Y. Hilton, I think he played pretty well against too. So what can you do? Then you look at, of course, Kyle Williams. Retired, longtime Buffalo Bill, 13-year guy. The stats really don't measure up, but just the leadership that he showed on the field every single day, off the field every single day, that is greatness right there. And that's what we are going to miss from Kyle Williams. So who was the best player? Who do I think was the best player for the Buffalo Bills this season? Guys, you got to go with Matt Milano. Matt Milano, 5th round pick last season, was unbelievable this season at the linebacker position. You watch films, he's running around the field like crazy. Not only that, think about what happened once he got hurt. Once he got hurt, you look at that New England game. New England had over 250 yards rushing against us. And it's not because they had a better scheme than everyone else, right? No. It's because there wasn't a linebacker in there, an outside linebacker who can get to the gaps, who can fill the gaps before the running back got there. That's what we missed in that game. As soon as he got hurt, the defense, especially the run defense, was not nearly as good as it was before it got hurt. It was before he got hurt. I mean, there were games throughout this season where teams could not run up the middle on us at all. And you can thank Star Lotulelei for that. You can thank Kyle Williams for that. You can thank Tremaine Edmonds for that. You can thank Lorenzo Alexander for that. But you also can thank Matt Milano for that. And there's only one person that changed. After he got hurt. The other guys were still in there when he got hurt for that 250-yard game. He was in there still. He wasn't in there. I mean, and it showed. It showed. And that's how you can determine who the best and worst player is on a team. Sometimes is when you take them out. What does that team look like? And now when we took them out, it was only a small sample size. I think it was only 4 games, maybe 3 games. But still, we saw what could happen if he was out for a whole season. So my best performance of this season for the Buffalo Bills, Matt Milano. Let me know if you agree. A lot of you won't. I know a lot of you won't. A lot of you are offensive guys. A lot of you are like, oh, Josh Allen. Oh, Robert Foster played well for 5 games. Oh, look at these guys. No. Our team is based on our defense. We have the second best defense this season, total yards allowed. So obviously we're going to go to the defensive side of the ball. I'm not going to pick a guy from a 31st ranked offense. I'm not going to do it. So let's look at the defense. And Matt Milano was the guy. Matt Milano was the guy. There's a lot of names you could pick. There's a lot of names on defense you can pick. You could go Tremaine Edmonds. You could go Jerry Hughes. You could go Trey White. But Matt Milano just stuck out to me all season long as the top performer for the Buffalo Bills. Now you look on the other side of that. The pendulum swings, and you look at who was the worst, who underperformed the most for the Buffalo Bills. And there's plenty of places you can go there too, mostly on offense. You have the 31st ranked offense. That's what's going to happen. Obviously, someone didn't do their job. You talk about Charles Clay, who only had a couple dozen catches, if that, this season. You talk about LaShawn McCoy, who had the least amount of yards in his career low in total yards. He tied a career low in touchdowns with 3. And he got the last one the last week of the season. And 2 of them he got in the same game against the Jets. Those are not good performances. You look at Jason Kroom, who's a young kid, and I get that, but crucial fumbles at times didn't look good. You look at Zay Jones, who had some good games, who really could have taken a big step forward, if you will, in the wide receiver world, especially in a young wide receiving core. You look at Kelvin Benjamin, right? And had to cut him. Had to cut him because he wasn't doing his job. Or do we go over to that defensive side of the ball? And do we look at, I don't know, Vontae Davis? Played a game and a half, said, I'm done. I consider that an incomplete grade. If I wanted to consider him part of the Buffalo Bills, maybe I'd consider that. But I don't even consider him part of the Buffalo Bills. That was so long ago, I forget about it half the time, and I say, oh yeah, he played for us for a week and a half, right? So who underperformed the most? And guys, you have to look at Kelvin Benjamin. There's a reason why we cut Kelvin Benjamin. There's a reason why Kelvin Benjamin couldn't even make it on the 31st best team, the 32nd worst pass offense. And you still get cut? When we came into the season, we thought you would have a good rapport, Josh Allen. We thought, Josh Allen, you're the type of guy Josh Allen could throw some balls up to, and you can go get them. And you know what? They weren't all good throws. We're not going to say they are. But there were definitely throws from week 1 that were right there for plays to be made, and Kelvin Benjamin didn't make it. Remember the Minnesota game? Minnesota game, he has 2 drops. 2 drops. One would have been a for sure touchdown. Off his chest. Boom. Done. That can't happen, especially when you have a young quarterback trying to gain confidence. Get rhythm going. Early in the season, rookie quarterback, trying to sling it out there, trying to get that confidence built. You can't do that when your wide receivers are dropping balls. That's not confidence. That's you saying in your head, where does it matter where I throw the ball? I can throw it right there. You're still going to drop it. So you got to look at Kelvin Benjamin. So I think the best performance this season for the Buffalo Bills, 2018, Matt Milano. Worst performance this season, Kelvin Benjamin. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Either way, I don't care. I thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. We're going to keep up with the great content no matter what time of season it is, whether it be March, April, May, June, July, August, fall, winter, spring, summer. We're going to keep you updated on all things Buffalo Bills related. Again, Buffalo already has fired three coaches. Talk about wide receiver coach, offensive line coach, special team coach, all gone. All places where we need to get better. And so when we fill those, I'll be on here letting you guys know what we did, who we got, what their coaching background looks like, and how we think they're going to fit in this Buffalo Bills system. Be giving you some draft updates, be giving you some draft coverage players I'm targeting for the Buffalo Bills. I'll give you a mock Buffalo Bills draft. I'll give you a look at the free agent market, who I think we should get, what pretty toys with all that money we got, what toys we should get. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be a fun off season, and then we'll be ready for that 2019 season. So hit that subscribe button, like this video, follow me on Twitter, links in the description below. Have a great day. I'll see you soon, but till I do, go Bills.